Hello guys, back to Lacan. So in our previous video, we mentioned how the subject is a product of the symbolic. And this raises a very good question. Well, what is the symbolic? Right, so the imaginary is the domain of the unified image, kind of you as a coherent whole, you know, which is not really the case. And the symbolic is different. The symbolic is roughly the linguistic, all right? So, to understand this a little bit better, the background material, there was a Swiss linguist named Fernand de Saussure. That's him with his nice mustache, kind of like Nietzsche's. And he taught a course at the beginning of the 20th century, about general linguistics. And, that's a diagram of his, about the signifier and the signified. So, that's, really the key, the main, concept that you need to understand from Saussure, if you want to understand what the symbolic is. All right, so let's take a look at this picture here. So essentially, language functions as a totality of signifiers and signifieds. Okay, so let's say there's this green thing in your backyard. It has leaves and twigs and whatever, and arbor, well, that's I think in French it means tree, and you call it tree in English. So there's the thing, and there's the word for it. So the word tree is the signifier, and the actual thing, the actual tree in your backyard, well, that's the signified. Okay, and I myself, always found it, kind of confusing. Like what is signifier signified? Why not talk about thing and object? Why signifier signified? Well, the reason why it's signifier and signified is because signifiers form a system. Okay, words, like not necessarily, but signifiers, they form this unity, kind of like complex numbers in mathematics, or real numbers. These are just different ways of looking at systems of numbers and their properties. So both real numbers and fractional numbers are numbers, but they have different properties. Like they're different sets. And something that's possible with the real numbers may not necessarily be possible with integers. So kind of similar, in a similar way, for Lacan, for Saussure, and later for Lacan and Derrida, we talk about signifiers, which form a chain. Okay, so that's signifier and signified. So for Lacan, we enter the symbolic once we enter this system, this interplay of signifiers which form a signifying chain. Okay, we'll get into the details soon to clarify this, if